Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Edoggz Reviews. In the following videos, I will be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes 4-pack, which is a Target exclusive. Inside of this box, you'll get 3 Deluxes and 1 Voyager figure. Starting from the left, which is Ultra Magnus, Autobot Bumper, Horrible, and last Nemesis Prime. So inside of the box, you're going to be getting their accessories. 2 on the left, which will be like in this area, and then the other 2 will be on the top of that area. Right, so let's take a look at the box real quick. This is the front, as you can plainly see. On the side, I can't get too much, but we have Horrible there, and we have Nemesis on the bottom. On the back of this box, we have the same characters, but also in their alt modes, starting from the left to the right. And then on the bottom, we have the licensing, manufacturing, and the trademarks and all that stuff, and a barcode, the usual. And then on the top, we have Ultra Magnus and Bumper versus Nemesis and Horrible on the right-hand side. So that is it about that. Inside you get your instruction booklet, and that is about it. So I'm going to introduce you guys to the Missing Link series. The Takara Tomy Missing Link series, which provides modern, fully articulated version of the vintage G1 Transformers with specific figures including Sunstreaker, Ultra Magnus, Grimlock, Hot Rod, Starscream, and Bumblebee. The series aims to provide updated articulation to or more limited G1 toys, keeping their classic look and transformation. Now, later on, there will be a wish list, and then there will be a new release list at the end of the video, so please stick around for that. So this is our figure. This is what we're talking about today, and let's get the obvious stuff out of the way first. Let's bring that down a little bit. This figure is much smaller than the original G1 figures. I would say they're about 1.5 times smaller, maybe a little bit more heavier. This figure right here is very light. The G1 mostly used die cast with a little bit of plastic. This one is all plastic. Now you're going to be getting 4 accessories, which I will take you through real quick. First, you get his laser axe. This is a sky blue laser axe. You can put it on either hand. It doesn't matter which one you pick. It doesn't store on his back, but it does store in the vehicle mode, which we'll get into later. Now we have this gun right here. This is Ultra Magnus weapon. This is for the small version. There is a larger version when he's combined with this trailer, and we'll also talk about that a little later on the video. All right, so you can plug this in this hand. It's very snug. Another thing to note, the special effects parts do not fit on here, nor do they fit on the white version of Optimus Prime's gun. Just to let you guys know that, but you can also plug this in. Now, so you can have him dual wielding like so, or you can take Prime's weapon, because technically he's not supposed to have that, and you can pop it on his back. Like so for storage. Oops, pop out his hands. All right, and there you have them all armored up. This is what the figure looks like from the front. Here it is from the side. Here it is from the back. And here it is from the other side. Now, the other accessory you get is this. It's stored in this chest. You get this tiny matrix of leadership, which he did possess for a little while. Let's see if it's going to focus. Is it going to focus? Let's see. Yeah. There you go. That's what that looks like. So it's like a light silver with a really light sky blue to match the face and the sword. Right? And you can have this stored in there. I've seen some people have it in his hands. I'm not exactly sure how they do that, but you can do that. You just got to figure it out. Excuse me. Another thing we didn't have back in the past was light piping. We pretty much had the more advanced version, which was lights and sounds and stuff like that back when. Maybe a couple of batteries here and there, Duracell, or you can use those little button batteries. Not all of them, just a few of them that did that. But there you go. That's what it is, right? So I'm going to take around the articulation of this figure. We can take this off, and we can take this off, and we're just going to go around. So on the arm, we can go all the way around without a problem, right? We can go outwards, not a problem, right? And the plastic they use is very smooth to the touch, and it's very smooth when you're actually moving like parts and stuff. Like this right here is very smooth right here. So we have 90-degree bend right there. We can move up the fender to move up the legs, which is a nice touch. We didn't have that on the original one, and we can bring it down on the knee here. We could bring it outwards if you want to. It's going to take a little bit of space, but that's what that looks like. We have rotation at the thigh. It's a tad loose, but not too crazy loose. The wheels do move outwards if you need the leg to go out like that. And you can bring those down. We have foot rocker, which is new for this figure and the Optimus Prime. Let's include him while we're at it. But the foot don't move down unless you transform it, and it doesn't move up or anything like that. Nice paintwork on the oil tanks here, and the front grille, or should I say the fender and the grille. Going backwards on the leg, we're gonna go backwards like that. That's because of the transformation, and we can move the leg back like this. And the same thing, we can move the leg up like that. Now, there is a rotation at the waist, but you have to move this up out of the way just a little bit so you can actually turn this around 360 degrees, right? And you can move this down any way you want. Now, the head is I think the head is on a ball joint, but it's kind of hard to tell because when you move the head back, this little door that it sits on wants to move back as well. So I'm going to say it's a ball joint. And you can turn it any way you want. You can make him emote if you need to, like, hey. But yeah, you can do that. Now you have the light piping. Just bring down the lights. Just a tad. Just a tad. Right? We have the light piping, which is very nice. An Autobot symbol on his right hand shoulder. And that is it about that. Now we're going to do a quick comparison. We're going to bring in core class Rat Trap. Come on, Rat Traps. Right. And next, we're going to bring in his Voyager class Buzzworthy Bumblebee Optimus. And last, we're going to bring in leader class Grimlock. We need more space. Okay, hold on. Okay, so you know what? He can move up in the front. Okay, let's move the camera up just a taste. Let's move back. And this is how they look all together. Matter of fact, you need to go in the back. And you go here. There we go. And that's the scale that we are working with right now. All right, we'll just move this out of the way. Now, transformation takes about 16 steps. And they added one new piece of transformation for us. So let's go through that real quick. So the new stuff is this hand right here. So what they want you to do is bring this down, and they want you to flip it around like this and bring it up, right? That's the new stuff, right? Do the same thing on the opposite side. You want to bring this down, flip it around, flip it up like that. Now that hides the hand. That's much better than the original, where we just had like the spring-loaded fist and we would have to pop it into or in between the two lights that would be in the front type of deal. But that's the new stuff. Now the rest of the transformation is exactly the same, but they want you to start with the feet first. So you want to line up the feet. And you want to peg these two legs together. So there's a slot system on the left, and then there's a peg on the right. And you want to plug these things together. Now, at this point, we can bring the feet down like that. Make sure all of this stuff is even. And you want to bring the legs up. All right. Now, sometimes it will separate, and that's fine. At this point, you want to tackle the backpack. Let's go with the backpack first. Bring that back. Take the head. You want to fold this inside like so. Bring this up like that. Then you do your normal usual thing when you have a prime or an ultra Magnus. You bring the shoulder back. You flip the arms in, and you have to squeeze this into place. Same thing, opposite side. Bring this back. Squeeze into place. Next, you want to make sure that all of this stuff is plugged in, because sometimes things will move out of place. Yeah, that one's plugged in, and that one's plugged in, right? So you already have your truck already. That was quick. You take your gun. There's two ports here. And plus you have the port for the trailer. You can plug this any way you want. Okay, and you take your axe, you plug this in the center, and that's going to keep it together pretty much. So it's going to look like that. Another thing they kept from the G1 series is the tires are rubber, but the hubcaps are, or I should say the rims, are plastic. I do believe the G1 version, I believe they were die cast those days. And you want to plug the fender in, just in case. Just in case. Right? And it rolls very nicely. Now the smokestacks move for some reason, and I was like, sure why. But there you have that. Let's bring down the camera just a little bit because we're going to do some comparisons. So first, let's start with Rise of the Beast Arcee. Core class. That's what they look like side by side. That's what it looks like from that angle. Here it is in a straight line, if she stands up. Right, we're going to bring in. You're going to bring in Voyage class Springer. So add those three right there. Come on, I see. Sit. Okay, that's from the front. That's what it looks like from an angle. This side, let's do one standing up, kind of, sort of. That's what that looks like from there. Last but not least, let's bring in Sludge, just for laughs. Now Sludge is the leader class figure. That's what that looks like from side to side. From the front. And sometimes this will pop open like that. You just have to squeeze them closed. Best suggestion to fix that, just keep doing the same procedure I just did. You know, just keep squeezing them until they stay. Or you can just wrap a rubber band and, you know, it will take care of itself. Here it is from that side. And let's see if we can get all four on here. Excuse me. And Arcee. This may not work. But we're going to try. There you go. Now, getting into the robot mode is just as easy as getting in it. Getting into the vehicle mode is that simple. First, we want to unlock these arms because that's what's holding all of this together. Plus, this axe is holding the legs together. So you can do this, and we're going to stop halfway to explain the combined mode, if you will. So what we need to do is we need to unplug this. And we need to undo the arms. Bring the arms forward like that. Bring the arms forward like that. We're going to bring down the legs like so. We're going to open up this backpack and we're going to reveal the head. Bring up the backpack. Like so. All right. So now we're going to bring the arms back. Just real quick. Bring those down. Right. Bring the fender down so it clicks into place. You want to bring this in. Bring this in. Like that. Now we're going to keep this like this. Now we have a port here. You have two more here. 3 on the bottom. And this is for the combine mode. Right. So when you get your trailer, which we'll get into a second, all of these are going to plug into like these ports. And then the chest is going to pop over this. And then the head, I should say, should I say head mode, head scope, or should I say helmet? It's more like a helmet. Let's say helmet. right? So the helmet is going to pop over the head scope, and that's going to complete your Ultra Magnet, right? But since we're here, we can separate this. Flip up the feet. We want to separate the arms, bring those out. Now we're going to get inside here, and we're going to bring this down. Swing around, bring it up. Do the same thing opposite side, bring this down, swing around, and bring it up. Now, there is a little tab type of thing that's supposed to lock into these little ports right here. They're okay. And there you have your Ultra Magnus back into his robot mode. We're going to throw these on. Now the gun's a little tight fitting into the hands. This is a tiny bit tight. We're going to throw his axe on. And there you go. Let's bring in these guys real quick. All right, I keep forgetting you go in the back. Yeah, this shot works better. Let's bring this up. And a little further. And there you are, ladies and gentlemen. So it's that time to talk about the wish list that they have going on. And it says the wish list for the series also includes figures like Jazz, Megatron, Soundwave, Arcee, and many other various Transformer characters from different eras. Now, this part is like the new release stuff from 2024. I would say somewhere around August. Let's say September to December, right? So this is what they have. Now, Takara told me they already have some figures already out, as we know. But they're looking at the C01S, which is a Sentinel Prime version, which is a yellow version of him. We have Nemesis Prime, obvious, that's the black version. Cordon. There is something called the C-09 Cybertron Hero Set, and that contains Bumblebee and Cliffjumper, which comes out somewhere around December 27th of 2025. What else? There's a listing for a Wheelie and an Outback. And I think that's about it. Let me just double check. Now, the figures that are out right now, I'm gonna give you a list of figures that are out right now. So there's two versions of Convoy, which to us is Optimus Prime. So you have the toy version, which comes with the trailer. It's him with the trailer. It's not that's how they do things. And then you have the regular Convoy that doesn't come with the trailer, which doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, after that you have Bumblebee, Cliffjumper, Sunstreaker, Cordon, and then there's something called Arcee Prototype. And then there's the finished product version of Arcee. So those are out now. Those are the Takara version. The series numbers start with C-01 all the way up to C-49. And then the Decepticons is the same thing, D-01 up to 49. It's the same thing. What they're doing is they're filling in a hole in between, a series. That's pretty much what they're doing in a nutshell. So I hope you ladies and gents enjoyed this video. If you found it informative, please give it a like. Leave a comment down below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It will help me out in small ways. So the next figure that we're going to be looking at is the Autobot bumper. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.